Spider-Man vs. Megatron. This fight happened in 1985's Transformers, Volume 1, Number 3, published by Marvel Comics. It's guest starring Spider-Man, who still had his black suit at the time. This is number 3 of a 4-part series, but this is the only issue with Spider-Man in it. It's written by Jim Salicrup, penciled by Frank Springer. Here's a quick look at the back cover.
A lot of characters make an appearance in this issue. On the Decepticon side, there's Rumble, Starscream, Thundercracker, Skywarp, Megatron, Frenzy, Ravage, Buzzsaw, Laserbeak. On the Autobot side, there's Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Prowl, Hound, Sideswipe, Ratchet, Cliffjumper, Brawn, Gears, Sunstreaker, and Windcharger. There's also William Witwicky and his son Buster, Spider-Man of course, cameos by Nick Fury, Dum Dum Dugan, and Joe Robertson.
So the issue starts off with Starscream having just kidnapped William Witwicky. He takes him back to the Decepticon base where Witwicky meets Megatron. Megatron reveals that he's holding Witwicky in order for him to come up with some type of way to convert human gasoline into a fuel to feed the Decepticons. Witwicky reluctantly agrees. He doesn't really have much of a choice. It's either do it or get killed. Witwicky tells Megatron basically, hey man, I need a lab and all kinds of supplies if I'm going to do this. Megatron agrees and sends the Decepticons out to steal all kinds of nuclear reactors, gasoline trucks, power generators, all kinds of stuff. And of course, all these Decepticons going out attracts a lot of media attention, including the Daily Bugle, who sends Peter Parker to investigate. Parker stumbles upon a skirmish between the military and some Decepticons and changes into a Spider-Man suit to get a better look and pictures and all that. It's here where he encounters Autobot Gears, who was out on a scouting mission. After some confusion at first, Spider-Man doesn't know if he's good or bad. They team up. Gears takes Spider-Man back to the Autobots, who also have Buster Witwicky, and they fill him in on the William Witwicky kidnapping situation. Spider-Man comes up with a plan, and they basically do an all-out assault on the Decepticon base. While the Autobots encounter the Decepticons outside the base, Gears and Spider-Man sneak in. Here they first encounter Frenzy and Rumble, Decepticons who are returning from the battle outside. Spider-Man shoots some web out in front of them and trips them, and somehow this incapacitates them. The next Decepticon they encounter is Ravage, and they basically pull a little cheat move. Spider-Man distracts Ravage, and then Gears just comes up and sucker punches him from behind. The two then encounter Soundwave, and they both pull the same cowardly act. Spider-Man distracts Soundwave. Soundwave is shooting at Spider-Man, and then Gears runs up from behind and knocks him out with an overhand right. The two leave Soundwave snoring unconscious or face down on the ground, and in the next room they encounter Megatron. This is where the title fight happens. Spider-Man immediately springs into action, covering Megatron with web, while Gears grabs the kidnapped Witwicky. Megatron easily bursts out of Spider-Man's webbing and thinks to shoot the floor out from underneath Gears and Witwicky, sending them falling through the floor off of the cliff, which the Decepticon base is on. Spider-Man jumps through the hole in the floor to save Gears and Witwicky, leaving Megatron behind in the room. And that's it, the fight's over. It only lasted really 4 panels, which is a huge, huge disappointment. Anyway, Spider-Man successfully saves Witwicky, but is unable to save Gears, who he believes has fallen to his death. From here, Spider-Man joins up with the Autobots later on and finds out they've recovered and revived Gears. Gears wakes up to inform everybody that Megatron has the fuel source he sought after. Everybody gives Witwicky dirty looks for doing it. Optimus Prime then tells Spider-Man, thanks for the help, but it's dangerous. We don't need you. We got this. Spider-Man literally says, I got a flight to catch, and leaves. The story is continued in the next issue. The artwork is a little bit dated by today's standards, but I liked it. It's probably the best you can get at the time. The story itself is pretty cool. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. But the fight, of course, the main thing I'm worried about was a huge letdown. It was only 4 panels. It really didn't answer any questions. It didn't resolve anything as to who would win if Megatron fought Spider-Man. I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5 based on my criteria. If you're a fan of either Spider-Man or the Transformers, check it out. It's cool to see them interact. But if you're a fight fan, don't even worry about this.